Sheriff Todd K. Baxter. On August 16th, 2019, I sent you the following letter. Todd K. Baxter, fascist stooge. 955 Panorama Trail South, Rochester, New York, 14625. The first attachment is the Freedom of Information Law document that requires you to disclose the salaries you pay to every employee at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail. As every single individual at your appalling 1984 exists because of the taxpayers of Monroe County and New York. The language, quote, the public employee payroll for the Monroe County Sheriff's Office and Monroe County Jail, end quote. So, August 16th. Where is it? Where's your public employee payroll? I sent it on August 16th. You received it. Registered mail return receipt. They have 170 public employees at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. Where's your public employee payroll? Excuse me, Sheriff Baxter. Can you say sometime during the day at your office dungeon, I ain't no bigot. I'm the first guy to say, it ain't your fault you's a colored. That is language from a fictional whack job. You, Todd, are a non-fictional whack job. So I continue with the August 16th, 2019 letter to you, non-fictional whack job, Sheriff Todd Baxter. The second attachment is a Freedom of Information Law document that requires you to disclose the cost of a surveillance device. You expended taxpayer dollars for me. The language, quote, the cost of a surveillance device purchased with taxpayer dollars by Monroe County Sheriff Todd K. Baxter and affixed to a building at 2025 Penford Road to monitor of Christopher Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive, walks through the parking lot next to the building, end quote. Now, Todd, I'm going to clarify this language here. I'm going to clarify what I mean by a surveillance device. A surveillance device is a surveillance device. Do you understand? Capiche? And I found out about your surveillance device when I was walking through the parking lot for the 4,000th time, and Elliot Roth said to me, you're going to be arrested. That's because Elliot Roth knows your surveillance device is on the building. And it's right here. Let me get a better picture. I was going to pick up a different picture. It's, let me see. I'm going to point to it here with the appropriate finger. It's right there, Todd. That's your surveillance device that I was on standing in the corner of the parking lot. Excuse me, Todd, can you say sometime in the office to your 170 fellow fanatics, I think that if God had meant for us to be together, he'd have put us together. But look what he done. He put you over in Africa, and he put the rest of us in all the white countries, end quote. That is language from a fictional whack job. You, Todd, are a non-fictional whack job. So, I continue with my August 16, 2019 letter to you, non-fictional whack job, Sheriff Todd Baxter. The third attachment is a Freedom of Information Law document that requires you to disclose the names and charges of every inmate at Monroe County Jail from January 1, 2018 to December 31, 2018, because I was at your jail during that time, Todd the fascist stooge, as an innocent man. Where are the names and charges of everybody at your jail? That jail is a public facility. And I demand to know who's at that jail. It's that simple. You got people there at the jail. What are the names? What are the charges? That's what I want to know. Is there a problem complying with this FOIL? Why did you fail to send me the names and charges of these individuals at your public facility in Monroe County Jail? And the reason why I want that information is I'm going to contact these people. And I'm going to ask them about that experience at that jail and how they arrived there and how they were treated. But I can't contact these people if I don't have the names and the charges. It is a public facility, and the people arrive there from a public proceeding in a courtroom. So you arrive at your public facility, your jail, from a public proceeding in the courtroom, and I want to talk to these people. And you have a list of the people at your jail, and I'm on it as an innocent man. So, Excuse me, Sheriff Baxter, can you say sometime in the office to one of your 170 fanatics, them Sicilians are famous for two things, spaghetti and revenge. That, Todd, is language from a fictional whack job. You are a non-fictional whack job. So, I continue with this August 16th letter to you, non-fictional whack job, Sheriff Todd Baxter. Without taxpayer dollars, you don't have a jail. Without taxpayer dollars, you can't purchase a surveillance device to monitor if I walk through a parking lot I've traversed 4,000 times in 8 years. Without taxpayer dollars, you don't possess the lunatic fringe power to violate my civil and constitutional rights. I already know your response. You will refuse the laws for other people. You, Todd K. Baxter, have absolute contempt for the law. To you, the law is irrelevant. To you, the law is a joke. To you, the law is bankrupt. To you, the law exists for your manipulation. Excuse me, Todd. I need to interrupt this communication to you. And I need to quote an individual here. I'm going to quote this individual. Quote, a woman should cleave into her husband right here in this house where Edith's cleavage belongs. End quote. That is language from a fictional whack job. You are a non-fictional whack job, and now I'll continue with your August 16th, 2019 letter. What is your problem with your refusal to disclose how you spend taxpayer dollars? Are you Rain Man? Do you have a mental incapacitation that prevents you from understanding the English language in a foil? It's 10 minutes to Wapner for you. Dad lets you drive slow in a driveway, but not on Monday. Definitely not on Monday. Your favorite boxer shorts are Hanes 32. Your boxer shorts have your name on the waistband, and it says Todd. So, excuse me, Todd, can you say sometime during the day to one of your 170 fanatics, quote, welcome to a home. And as you people say, shaboom. That is language from a fictional whack job, and you are a non-fictional whack job. So, I continue with this August 16th correspondence to you, non-fictional whack job, Todd K. Baxter. You are a pathetic joke. You are a fanatic. You are a disgusting and appalling menace in Monroe County. Resign. So, now, Todd, Michael Radler is a Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee for 25 years. And he retires. So, here he is, a Monroe County Sheriff's employee for 2+ decades, writing speeding tickets. And he's done. He's out. He decides to sit on his couch and watch television all day long as he's retired. And then you rehired him as an assistant to the sheriff. And Michael Radler did not go to the New York State and local retirement system and say, I'm coming out of retirement like I'm Michael Jordan. I was number 23. I'm going to be number 45 at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. They cannot exist without my skills and talents. Sheriff Baxter says he desperately needs me, and that's why I have a desk sit next to Jimmy the intern right outside Sheriff Baxter's office. So Michael Radler is a double dipper. Now, here we have Michael Radler's 2 paychecks. I have them right here. I'm going to hold it up for you here, Sheriff Baxter. Here, now you can see I'm pointing to it there. That's a Bank of Todd Baxter right there. You see? Bank of Todd Baxter, 130 South Plymouth Avenue, Rochester, New York. You got it made out to Michael Radler, double dipper. Okay, October 1, 2019, double dipper. Todd K. Baxter. And here's the memo, corruption and fraud. Okay, so that's one of your double dipper employee, Michael Radler's paychecks. And here's the other one here. Since the double dipper has 2 paychecks. Here it is right here. Here's the Sheriff Todd Baxter, 130 South Plymouth Avenue, Rochester, New York. You got it made out to Michael Radler, the double dipper, October 1, double dipper, corruption and fraud. There's your signature again. So he has Sheriff Baxter. These are the 2 paychecks you have here for your double dipper, Michael Radler. So let's see here. What do I got? We got the surveillance device. And what I want to know, I have the Michael Radler foil here. Here it is, a Michael Radler foil. It's a special foil for him. All right, you received this. The Michael Radler foil, I hereby apply to inspect obtain and copy the following records. The cost of taxpayers in Monroe County and the state of New York. If Michael Ravel, the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, is simultaneously collecting his retirement paycheck and a paycheck from his present employment as an assistant to Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter. Do you understand that language there in the foil, Sheriff Baxter? You get it? Now, excuse me, Sheriff Baxter, can you say sometime today to one of your 170 fanatics in New York, fags is what you call an ungendered species, end quote. That is language from a fictional whack job, and you are a non-fictional whack job. So, payroll, public employee payroll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Every single time you refuse to disclose your public employee payroll. So, and there it is, refused. I send this to you, certified mail, on June 15th, and it's refused. Sheriff Todd K. Baxter of Monroe County exists in fear of Christopher Chichester at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield because Sheriff Todd K. Baxter is afraid to open his mail from me. Do you know what's in here? Because I didn't open it. Take a guess what's in this envelope. Can you guess? Michael the Double Dipper, Kathleen Miller, S.L. Birdie, W. Tadeo. That is a Freedom of Information Law document demand for your public employee payroll. Also have a foil in there for the cost of that surveillance device, that camera, because you won't provide me the image. I've demanded that image 50 times via email on my mail.com account because I'm not committing any crime. And it was on the phone of your deputy whack job when your 6 deputy whack jobs are here. I just want to know the cost because I know right now I'm not going to get the image. But I can get the cost because that's your money. And you won't comply with that because that means that's your pathetic and nauseating confession that you put that device on that building. And also in that foil, I want to know the cost to send Ryan Fisher to the Super Bowl in Atlanta with his canine dog, Lola. There's your employee, Ryan Fisher, and he was photographed outside Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I must ask you, Michael, Kathleen, S, and W, did Ryan Fisher play in the game? Because if you're spending money for a plane ticket in a hotel for Ryan to go down to the Super Bowl, was he in this game? Did Lola get in the game too? I just want to know these things here. So, I'm demanding, I should say. Freedom of Information Law. I hereby apply to inspect, obtain a copy of the following records. Cost for a trip to Atlanta, Georgia for hotel and boarding for Monroe County Sheriff employee Ryan Fisher to attend the Super Bowl in Atlanta, Georgia with his canine dog, Lola, on February 3rd, 2019. What? I'm trying not to laugh every time I hold up this foil and I look at that picture. I have to suppress the laugh, and I can't do it because of your corruption, your incompetence, and your buffoonery. I mean, you're sending your guy to Atlanta, Georgia. I have to check a map here to see if Monroe County is in Atlanta, Georgia. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Monroe County is not in Atlanta, Georgia. So, here comes a toothless tractor rider from Broccolo Tree and Lawn Care, and you're going to set me up. You know I'm going to come out of my house and say something to them. They know a panorama trail. Your fanatics, they know. They know because I've been out there before and I do it again. Because if you don't own land, you should be on that land. If you don't own land, you should be cutting grass on that land, especially 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday or at 8 p.m. on a Friday night. They show up whenever they want at Broccoli Tree and Lawn Care. How would you, Todd, just sleeping, you and Mrs. Fascist Stooge are sleeping at 7 a.m. on a Sunday, and here comes a toothless tractor rider from Broccoli Tree and Lawn Care. What would you think about that? What would Mrs. Fascist Stooge think about that? She wouldn't like that either if she was woken up at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. So, I'm demanding the title because I have no grass cutting here for 5 years when Dr. Gloria Nichols was in that building that parasites Nairaj and Layla Kumar Shah are in now. And they're here all the time. And what you're doing, setting me up, is he's going to come by here. I'm going to come out. Steve Desmond of Broccoli Tree and Lawn Care gets on his phone. He's calling your Panorama Trail office, and your 6 fanatics are here because I see Deputy Fascist Stooge while I crash in my backyard dirt after they were outside for 30 seconds. I hear this pounding on my door. I answer the door. The first language I ever hear directly to me from a Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee is, "We just want to talk to you outside." And that's a lie. I go outside and surrounded on my lawn by you 6 fanatics. My hands wrapped behind my back and on go the handcuffs. My neighbor Adam watched this. My neighbor across the street watched this. My neighbor Adam and my neighbor across the street are repulsed by you. So, I already know that they don't own that land next to my house. I already know it. So, Nairaj and Layla Kumar Shah. You know what's in that envelope that they also refuse to open? You know what's in this envelope? Prove you own the land alongside my house. Prove it. And they don't. That's why they don't want to open this envelope. And that's why that says refused. That says refused. Just like this says refused. You see that? I go out there for 30 seconds because I know they don't own that land. And I don't want these parasites here from Broccoli Tree and Lawn Care. Do you understand that? It's that simple. Should not be on land you don't own. And the way land ownership is proven is with documentation. And they don't have it. And I go outside for 30 seconds. I say they don't own that land. I come back in my house. Desmond gets on his phone. You're here and you arrest me in this vile, disgusting, nauseating, sickening concoction called criminal contempt. So, refused, shot. Refused, shot. Refused, shot. Refused, shot. Refused. Every time, because they don't own that land. You arrested me for being outside for 30 seconds. Tell the toothless grass cutter from Broccoli Tree and Lawn Care that Shah and Shah don't own that land. And they can't prove it. That's why they're not opening those envelopes. So, I'm in your jail as an innocent man. I go to Penfield Town Court and I look over at the prosecutor before jail, and she doesn't say anything. Not one word, because she has no argument. I'm not guilty of any crime. And she makes no argument. I go in the back. And there's Andrew Reale waiting for me on one of these 2 concocted charges. He says, "Put your hands behind your back," and they take me to the jail. I thought I was going home because, as I'm an innocent man, I don't expect I'm going to be deposited in your inferno. So I arrive at the jail. My wonderful little guy's in my house that I adopted from Lollipop Farm. I live alone. And the first thing I do is I say to a jail employee, and I wish I knew his name. And I was even thinking about going to the jail to see if he was there because he has a distinctive look. And I'm going to tell you what this wonderful man looks like. He is about 6'3", I'd say about 190 pounds, and he has this distinctive bald head. He has a very striking, different appearance. I mean, he could be a movie star, this guy. So I go up to him at the jail, and I hope you know who he is based on his appearance that I just described. And I tell him, my wonderful little guy is in my house. Somebody needs to get him because I live alone. And he called the town of Penfield or animal control or somebody in Monroe County to go to my house. I have a spare key taped to my back porch here. And this man, your colleague at the jail, he arranged for my dog to be taken back to Lollipop and provided with shelter. So your colleague, this man, he did this for me. So I want to thank him. And I don't know his name. And I wish I did so I could thank him. So, I'm at your jail as an innocent man. I've never committed a crime, and I've been arrested twice by your fanaticism. And I'm in the jail, 130 Plymouth Avenue South. And I'm in there every night, and I look up and I see the gang members, and then I hear them talking. I hear the gang members talking to each other at night, past midnight. And on my jail cell wall, I wrote 7 words on an envelope: from your jail at 130 Plymouth Avenue South. I wrote these 7 words on this envelope, and I have it in my house, and I taped it to my wall. And it says, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger.